welcome to the to the national semifinal Game 2 press conference featuring the UConn Huskies. We'll hear an opening statement from Coach, and then follow with questions from our student athletes. Coach, we'll turn the floor over to you.
Ooh, thank you. I have to say that this was somewhat unexpected. You always go into these games this time of the year expecting it to be incredibly difficult, and not that it wasn't, because I think our guys played about as hard as any group of kids can play. But I don't think we made a mistake the entire evening, especially on the defensive end. And I'm just incredibly proud of these guys and what they were able to do, and how it was a complete team effort led by these three, obviously. UCLA is just really good and really hard to play against, and it took everything we have, and I'm humbled by their performance tonight.
And at this time, we'll open it up for our student athletes. We're going.
Ma'am, I got to tell you, you're a class act. Thank you very much. Had a senior moment there. Anyways, Geno, congratulations for making it to the finals yet again. So the question I really want to kind of ask you is this. You and Pat Summitt certainly put women's college basketball on the map, and I know you've beaten all comers. So how do you feel about what you've accomplished up to this point with the amount of titles that you've amassed? And would it be even more gratifying for you knowing that there's transfer portal and NIL factored into what you could potentially do on Sunday? Because this is a remarkable accomplishment, and what you have done for this sport to me is nothing short of outstanding and remarkable. It's a privilege to be able to have an opportunity to talk to you, Coach.
Well, I appreciate all that. The challenges certainly don't get any easier. It's not the same game, not the same environment, not the same experience that it was when we first started in this. All the coaches that are still around, it's not many of them, trying to navigate all the changes has been incredibly difficult on all sides, not just the coaching side. And the championships that we have, they were won through, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. The Final Fours have happened in the 90s, 2000, 2010s, 2015, 20, So we've had to navigate a lot going through this. I'm pretty gratified as it is. I think if we win a 12th national championship, I don't know that has any impact on my life whatsoever, other than it makes me feel that I'm still able to have an impact, at my age and for how long I've been doing it. So it doesn't impact my life that much, but it, certainly impacts her life and what she wants and what she's been dreaming about since she picked up a basketball. So anytime you can, have a hand in helping someone who, when you were talking to them when they were 17 years old about what could happen if you come to UConn and you're in a position to actually be able to do it, I think that's the most gratifying thing for me at this age of my life.
We're going to stay to the front. We'll go Mel, Doug.
Okay, so
we use microphones in this century, Mel.
I still love the fact that she calls you grandpa, and I predicted that 3 decades ago.
Yeah.
Which really did it. Since the paper you grew up reading didn't seem necessary to send Jonathan, the fact that you're playing the other team and who the coaches are, and they're going for a back-to-back,
Yeah.
and the way you've been roaring, can you kind of, and this is going to be like the Super Bowl women's basketball Sunday, can you see yourselves in the Eagles' role?
Well, I think certainly what's happened at South Carolina over the last over the last 7, 8, 9 years, they've played basketball at an exceptionally high level. When you think about the Final Fours that they've been to, the consistency in their program, and the ability to win national championships multiple times, and to be in a position to win back-to-back ones. These are all things that are incredibly difficult to sustain, in today's day and age. We've certainly played each other a number of times in big games. We've already played each other once in a national championship game. So it does feel like the two most prominent programs right now in women's college basketball are playing for the right to be national champions, and we both deserve it. They deserve to be here. We deserve to be here. They have every right to win Sunday. We have every right to win Sunday. Past performances, what happened last year isn't going to be a factor in what happens Sunday. Our 11 national championships aren't going to help us win on Sunday. So the fact that we have Philadelphia connections, University of Virginia connections, and all that USA basketball stuff that we've done together, it's a nice story, but I don't think Dawn's going to give me any kudos or any breaks for, senior citizen that I am. I don't think she's going to have any sympathy for me come Sunday.
We're going to go Doug, then Chantel.
Hey, Geno, Doug Feinberg, DP.
Yep.
I think all of your titles you've won, you've had sort of three major players at that time. I mean, you had the Stewie, Mariah, and Morgan. You had Maya, Tina, and Renee, and before Sue, Diana, in that group.
Yeah.
You have three right now that are obviously playing really, really well for you. How big is that for the game on Sunday and for the win tonight, that having that three that can all dominate a game, score 20 points, do what you need to do? Last couple of years you made it this far, you didn't have enough healthy players like that to have the three.
Yeah. There is a common theme that goes through all of our national championship teams, and that's absolutely true what you're saying. If you want to, Hank Stram said this years and years ago. There may be two other people in here that know who Hank Stram was, but he did say in order to win it all, you have to have it all. And if you show up here and you're missing some pieces, it's going to get exposed here on the stage this weekend. And when we showed up, generally speaking, with the right pieces, we were able to, more times than not, win a championship. And when we showed up here shorthanded, we didn't. So going into this weekend, we felt like we had the best opportunity that we could have in the last, 5, 6 years, 7 years, maybe 6 years, I don't know. And that it wasn't relying all on one person, and that person had to play an exceptionally outstanding game in order for us to win it all. If Paige had 16 last year, we wouldn't have played it. We wouldn't have made it to the Final Four. If Paige has, the kind of game that she had today in the previous couple of years, it would be almost impossible for us to win. And yet today, look what happened. So we have more pieces. That obviously has majority of the reason why we're here. And I don't know that you can do it. I've said this before. You know, we go 2 or 3 years in Connecticut without winning a national championship. Like, imagine it's like 9 now. This is 9 years without winning a national championship. I remember after 3, somebody said, you know, the only time he wins is when he has the best players. I was like, man, I know. I tried it with the other guys. It doesn't work. So you have to come here with really good players and put yourself in a position to do it. And they've done that, South Carolina, and we've done that. So it should be a great Sunday.
We're going to stay to our right, kind of the center. We'll go with Chantel, then we'll go to the back.
Hey, Geno, you were talking about, when you were recruiting Paige, talking about national championships, what could have been or what could be at UConn. I was curious, once she actually got to campus, how much did you talk about national championships, and specifically this season, knowing it would be her last? How much have you talked about a national championship with her?
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you, Chantel. Not a whole lot. You know, when she got there, it was the bubble. It was, you know, I didn't think we were necessarily that great a team. You couldn't even tell because it was so awful to play that season and didn't feel like college basketball. And then every year that she's been here, I never felt like we really were able to overcome anything and win it as long as she was on the court. I never felt that. So the only time I've ever talked to her about it is when I want to make her mad and be negative with her. That every day of practice when she does the same dumb things that say she did when she was a freshman, that's the only time I bring it up. That's why you've never won a championship, and you never will. You know, stupid stuff the parents say to kids, right? As a reminder that, you know, each and every day, each and every year, you need to put away the things that you did when you were a freshman and you were a sophomore. Even though we had no chance to win it those years because we didn't have enough players, you're just trying to remind her, and that's why she keeps saying, all we've talked about the whole time she's been here is you need to get better every day. You need to grow every day. You need to get better every day. And keep the focus off the national championship. I stopped talking about national championships when Svetlana Abrasimova, I want to give her a shout out if she's recently, she's gone through some rehab on some tough surgery in Russia. I used to talk about national championships once a week when she was on the team. And finally she said to me, and as only a Russian can, why do we talk about championships? Everybody knows why we were here. Stop it. So I stopped it because I was afraid for my life.
With that, we're going to go to the back.
Hey, Coach Auriemma, Christina Walker from Christina Girl Hoops TV, right here in the back. Earlier, Paige talked about how important preparation will be going into Sunday's game, just doing those little things. Can you tell me what preparation looks like for you and your coaching staff going into Sunday?
Well, my preparation really is listening to what our coaching staff says to me about what they think based on all the film and everything that they've done, what they think is the key for us to win. So I have a great staff. All of them have been head coaches at one time, and I trust them. So we'll talk about it. We'll get together and come up with a plan. It won't be tonight. It'll be sometime tomorrow. What time is it anyway?
12:23 a.m.
12:23. Yeah, I'm an hour short. Yeah, so I'm cutting into the one thing that I do have control over and what wine I'm drinking tonight. But how we're going to play South Carolina, I'm waiting to hear from my staff of what we're going to do.
With that, we're actually at time, so we want to thank you for
How
your
about that?
time. Best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. How about that? Oh.